You can study in the morning, you can study at night. You can study outside by a campfire light. You can study with the Rabbi.
Well, here we are. We made it. It's election day. After the past 16 crazy months, we finally get to make a choice. Who's going to be our next president? You know, every rule that we thought was in place for elections, for democracy, for civility have been broken over the past year and a half. It's been a crazy, crazy time. And yet I've spent the past couple of days not thinking so much about who's going to be president as much as what's going to happen after we have a new president. No matter who's elected, where are we going as a country after this season? Is it going to be 4 years of bickering and infighting and arguing and disagreeing and not getting anything done? Or are we going to be able to move forward? Are we going to discover our next destination as a country? And are we together going to be able to make our way toward that place? I don't know. And that's what really scares me about this election. It's not so much who's going to win, although that scares me a little too. But what's going to happen to us? Where are we going to go after this election? And I couldn't help but think about Parshat Lech Lecha, where God says, Lech lecha me'artzecha mimoladetcha. I want you to go, Avram, from the place that you know, from a place of comfort, may not feel completely like home, but the place where you were born, a place that you know. And I want you to go to a land that you've never been to. I just want you to trust me, God says. Just trust me and go. El haaretz asher areka, to the land that I will show you. I feel like we are Avram right now. I feel like we're leaving a place of comfort and security. And even if you didn't like Barack Obama as president, there was a certain security in knowing where we were going. Even if you don't like the direction, knowing that there is a direction is itself a source of comfort. But now we find ourselves like Avram being told, I want you to go to a place and you don't know where you're going. You don't know what's going to happen next, where you're going to end up, or even how you're going to get there. All we can do is trust that God will show us that place. I pray that after tonight, once all the votes are counted, that God shows us where we're supposed to go and that we are willing to go there together. That wherever our collective voice, which is of course the voice of God, wherever our collective voice decides should be our next destination, that we decide that we're going to trust in ourselves enough and trust in God enough and trust in our democracy enough to go there together. There is only one place that we can go, and it isn't here. And it will be decided by us. The big question is, once we make that decision, will we get on board and work to get there together? I hope that God will help us find our promised land.
We're talking Torah. Talking Torah.